Hi, my name is Lucy Fuller, and I'm a veterinarian at the Charleston Animal Society in Charleston, South Carolina. Really excited to join you today and talk about our upcoming Maddie's Apprenticeship for veterinary support staff. So this is a program overview, a little information about our shelter, and also about the program that we plan to present. Our shelter history, we were founded in 1874, so we've been around a while. We were the first no-kill community in the Southeast. That, of course, was much more recent. We're happy to achieve that just a few years ago. We have a mission of preventing cruelty to animals. It's pretty straightforward. We were happy to have our first conviction, to participate in a cruelty conviction in 1947 for the first time. And we, of course, have been active ever since in convicting individuals of animal cruelty where necessary. And in March of 2017, we were happy to be able to assist in achieving South Carolina's first maximum sentence for animal cruelty, which is exciting if you know how difficult it is to get folks convicted of animal cruelty. We have definitely received some accolades recently. Just yesterday, as a matter of fact, we were reaccredited by the American Animal Hospital Association, and we've been accredited since 2015. We're a GuideStar Platinum participant, and we also have won our local Charleston City paper Best of Awards for many years in a row. So as far as what kind of shelter we are, we're an open admission shelter. We are a private entity. We're a nonprofit, and we have a county contract with Charleston County. So our current intake is about 8,000 animals a year. We do mostly dogs and cats, as most people do. But we also see a lot of rabbits, and occasionally we'll see farm animals, horses, goats, pigs, so sometimes some reptiles. We have some variety. It's pretty exciting. We have a couple of neat programs that are not necessarily unique to our area, but we are really excited about them. So we have our Animal Resource Center it's sort of a network to help people keep their pets in their home. So if if your animal needs training and you're having trouble with your animal in the home, but you'd like to try and keep them, we help you with some training and maybe hook you up with some good resources. If you need food to help you get by, we take care of that. We also have this Pets for Life program, which is an HSUS, or Humane Society of the United States program. We've been doing this for a few years now. And so we're going out, our outreach coordinators go to underserved areas in our community. They go door to door, boots on the ground outreach. We provide free spay neuter and other veterinary services, and we also do fence builds for those dogs that are chained up. Of course, we do a lot of spay and neuter, which we're one of the bigger providers in our state. We offer low-cost services to the public, but we also offer a lot of free surgeries with different grants. Last year we did over 12,000 surgeries, so we're pretty busy. Adoptions, we did 5,509 adoptions in 2016. Lots of off-site events. We're at PetSmart and Petco stores. We have animals in different businesses. Just lots and lots going on with the adoptions. Fostering is a really big part of our program, and we touch on this when we talk about in our Maddie's Fun apprenticeship. We have a foster apprenticeship for fostering, but we also have some elements of how a foster program works into your medical program in our shelter support staff apprenticeship. So we have a very extensive network of foster homes, and we've learned a lot over the years about what works and what doesn't, at least for us. Our staff, so we have animal services directors, that's what we call them, operations directors, many people call them. They oversee the day-to-day care of the shelter animals, and they have staff that are kennel techs and all kinds of different areas that take care of animals day to day and make sure animals are moving through the shelter as they're supposed to. And then, so animal care technicians, that's the title we give. People call sometimes vet tech, but these people are not necessarily licensed techs. They just have a lot of shelter experience. And then we have assistants to those animal care technicians. They perform the intake exams, administer vaccinations, perform diagnostic tests. We also have a veterinary assistant, a specific person who assists the veterinarians directly with recheck exams and all kinds of different diagnostic tests. And we have surgical technicians who are getting animals ready for surgery. So we're going to touch on all these different roles in our apprenticeship, but this is just so that you realize kind of all the different types of employees that we have here. So we kind of have tailored our presentation to potentially benefit all of those types of employees. We also have medical records technicians, which is what we call the person in surgery who pulls up drugs for surgery. So they have a lot more responsibility in surgery. They're pulling up drug dosages and they're overseeing the schedule for the surgery day. So we know that a lot of shelters have, one or two people who do almost all of these things because they're very small, and some shelters like ours are quite large. And so we're hoping that our program will reach out to all different types of shelter workers in all those different situations. So with the Anti-Cruelty and Outreach program, the Pets for Life program is part of this umbrella. But these folks are also, not only are they doing that door-to-door outreach, they're also helping with cruelty investigations. And really the goal is to keep pets out of shelters. And with the cruelty investigations, obviously it's to get to the bottom of it, assist law enforcement, and to hopefully reach a conviction. We have a Humane Education program here. So it's an extensive program. We do work in schools. We have a number of youth volunteer programs in our shelter. We do a lot of continuing education for veterinarians and for veterinary students. We offer dog training. So we have all these resources that we're happy to share with anyone who comes to our shelter, either for an apprenticeship or for any other reason. It's pretty exciting overall, what we offer, and we're happy to share it with anyone. No Kill South Carolina is an initiative that we started a few years ago, and our goal is to hopefully make all of South Carolina a no-kill community, which we realize is going to take a lot of work. But our primary goal is to help open admission shelters stop euthanizing animals that don't need to be euthanized. So currently, they don't do it because they want to; they do it because they have to. But our current goal is to help them reach the point where they're not having to euthanize animals that could be adoptable. So we do all kinds of training. We help them obtain grant funds. We've provided disaster response during the hurricane last year. We did that. And then during the floods 2 years before, we did the same thing. So we're hoping to achieve this goal this year, is to make sure that no shelter in our state is more than 1 or 2 hours away from in-person assistance from a resource center, is what we call them. So these are shelters that have more resources than others. So it's a pretty neat program. A lot of outreach there too, but mainly to shelters directly. No Kill, No Harm, No More is just a general idea, sort of an overseeing idea that we're expanding our outreach efforts to provide not only specific families help keep their animals, but also different communities. So it really encompasses a lot of things. We want to help law enforcement and courts uphold current laws. We want to maybe propose new laws where they need to be proposed. So it really encompasses a lot of things. This also encompasses some of the work we're trying to do in promoting humane treatment of carriage horses in downtown Charleston. So this is a big umbrella that encompasses pretty much all that we do. So, and finally, specifically about our apprenticeship program, so we're looking to provide shelter assistants, veterinary technicians, animal care technicians, really whatever your shelter calls or your organization calls those who are directly working with animals and providing medical care. We're aiming to provide them with a comprehensive program that introduces them to shelter medicine. It'll certainly have elements of just general technician work, but also it's going to be some of this really shelter-specific stuff. So we're going to talk about animal behavior in the shelter. We're going to talk about, what you may see in populations of animals as opposed to those individual animals like you might see in a veterinary clinic. We're going to do lecturing, obviously didactic, but we're also going to be doing a lot of hands-on experience. You're going to be seeing these seeing these techniques in practice, and we're going to try and make this as practical as possible because we know that that's how a lot of people like to learn. So we're going to have a workbook. You're going to have a lot of action items to take home with you. We're going to help you make plans for, how this might work in your shelter. This is what we do. Whatever your situation is, we'll try to help you tailor it to work in your situation. We know people are coming with lots of different backgrounds and goals, differing goals and differing resource levels, and we're used to that. So we're happy, if we can, to try and help you tailor the program to fit your shelter. So thanks for joining me today, and hope that's answered some questions about this program and gotten you really excited to join us.